Hello guys, this is Anonymous47. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be dealing with drama once again. So, this drama this time is surrounded by a guy named Stellar, or Stellar Stardust. If you don't know who Stellar Stardust, he's a guy who pretty much is known for his love for SRB2, loves Sonic, and is a 21-year-old from the UK, and is friends with my friend Jur. Well, quotation marks, buddy Jur. And he has corrupted the podcast and memers once again, all because of something minor that he couldn't let go. Anyways, let's start today's video. Before we get into any drama, let's talk about the drama that happened a couple days ago. Anyways, the drama that happened a couple days ago was that me, Trey, also known as Gaming Trey, because why not, had an argument of which game was better, Sonic Forces or Sonic 06. And I said that Sonic Forces was not better than 06, and he thought the opposite, and we had the massive argument, and until then, we decided to drop things. And then Jur mentioned 06 and Forces again, which caused another heated argument. And then, I got kicked out of the group chat. And Ducko added me back, but I was scolded and pretty much just yelled at by the podcast member, so I left. And then the next day, Ducko added me back, but this time he was actually there to refuse the fire. And let's say Ducko found out that I was being set up by Nick and Trey, and Jur as well. They all apologized, and Ducko once again made a deal, and things were back to normal. Now, let's get to the main drama. Okay, this is where the drama really starts to kick in. So Ducko DM'd Stellar and said that we defused the bomb, there's no need to be hated, we don't want to hate each other, let's become, let's become cool, let's just be cool. And then Stellar was like, no, you're a moron, fuck off. And then he just blocked him. Just like that. And then he showed us the message on the group chat, and Nick was asking for his username so we can talk to him and clear things out. And after he tried to clear things out for him, he still got the same dickhead move and pretty much rejected my friend Nick, even though both of them at the same time were trying to be nice to him. And we got mad and started talking to him, talking about how Stellar is just one evidence-minded, where he just gets a piece of evidence and calls it official. He just doesn't listen. And we made our own opinions about Stellar, and then Jur came up and said, oh, you're completely wrong in how the fact that just because he's 21 years old, he means he's smarter than everyone else. The type of Jur is something I just never seen before. This Jur, the Hedgehog, literally saying, oh, just because he got a diploma in high school, just because he went to college, makes him automatically smarter than us on the internet. I mean, he could be smarter than us, but the way he just presented us does not seem like he's 21 at all. I refuse to believe that a 21-year-old would just act like that. Be a dickish person. I've met some adults, and they're a lot nicer than Stellar, despite them being the admin of SRB2, if you know who I'm talking about. But this isn't about SRB2. Anyways, Nick, and Ducko had an argument, and they kicked the three of us, Nick, Ducko, and me. I find this to be the most questionable move ever Not just the three of us, but the entire podcasting memers is not happy with this. Nobody's happy with this choice, and still, Jer just sounds like he's been manipulated, because last time I checked, age didn't matter. I remember talking to Jer in a VC, and he mentioned the fact that age doesn't matter. Like, what are you doing, Jer? Come on, man. I miss the old Jer. Like, what is this Jer that I'm seeing right now? I refuse to believe that's Jer. Like, is this even Jer or not? Like, he's over here just doesn't want to do anything with this. We could have ended this a long time ago. I tried more than once to try to end this drama, but he just sounds like he wants to continue it, but also end it at the same time. And he still, to this day, as I'm recording this, still believes that Stellar is in the right. Jer is the only person that believes Stellar is in the right. The only one that believes Stellar is in the right. I don't know anyone else that thinks Stellar is right. But Nick made a video the next day, the same day that we got kicked out. And then Stellar made an entire document that I will be reading in a couple seconds or so. It has a lot of false information, but I'll be reading it right now. Okay, so here is Stellar's response. Okay, so, long story short, there was an unknown user at Anonymous47 who was known for tracing art and kept crossing trauma from my friends and dragging them to it all the time. This was ongoing for quite some time, and my friend Jer26112 was getting sick of Sana's bullshit, happening every now and then and venting me about during the SRB2 stream he was doing here. My apologies, my voice was not clear and I sound quiet as the result. And I guess I tried, and I suggested him to cut ties with Sana, with me ended up with the task of typing out a message for him, known as in this tweet. But I cannot see this tweet because I was blocked by that person, Stellar. Eventually, after some time with arguing during stream in the SRB2 server, I've been taken down because of the resulting of the backlash for Sana, and the closure of the group chat was announced. However, in the private group chat, they were still being used, and Jer was trying to get his ownership back from Ducko, who has been a close friend of Sana and was defending his actions. The one who made the video you saw, who forced all the members to apologize to Sana for the actions they did, despite Sana being the real problem in the first place. Okay, that's cap, but okay. In the end, they had no real choice but to give in. Here are some screenshots he gave in. One morning, Ducko contacted me on Discord with the following. Hey Stellar, sorry in advance, but I semi-caught up in the drama. I actually agreed to Nick and Jer to stop this drama and have a formal apology. In advance, with Sana added back in the group chat, and everyone lived happily ever after. Also, give me your bread. Classic Ducko. I don't want to hear it. You're still a moron, yet prove me otherwise. Until you learn the truth, stay away the hell from me. To be frank, I may have sounded like an ass and insulting wasn't necessary looking back, but I wasn't impressed with Ducko at the time, nor I was in the mood for hearing him blindly defend Sana, making every excuse for his actions. Well, I was just wanted to move on from this point, so I blocked him. For a while, it did go that way until recently. This morning, as I'm writing this document, Nick, the one who made the video on the question, contacted me, wanting me to have a talk to Ducko. However, I said before I didn't want to talk to Ducko as long as he associated himself with Sana, as the chances were. He could not have the full truth and may not possibly wish to believe me. Despite starting to get sick of where the conversation was going real fast and warning Nick that I would end if he has nothing worthy to say. He continued and didn't take the hint. Beginning of me in the end, despite not having any interest in the path. In the end, I blocked him as well, hoping this will be the end of it. Here's some screenshots there. Screenshots there. It wasn't long after the group chat until they started trash talking me behind their back. In the same group chat, all this drama surrounded, accusing me of manipulating Jura and changing his personality because I wanted to take control and manipulate the group chat, and I was only interested to help him in the first place. Screenshots there, screenshots there. I was upset to say the least, and Nick sent me another message before blocking him one last time. Screenshot there. Eventually, me and Jur decided to kick Nick from his Discord server, and for the way they were acting towards us, with me doing it for him. Later, they rejoined since we forgot about the invite link on hand, and we banned him the next time around instead. Next, so I showed Jur to remove them and Sana, who has been removed first, so I can join the group chat. Group chat was full of hole. So before it ended, just for the last, I asked to be added to the group chat quickly as a funny video, and re-rendered Vegas before quickly dropping out again. Ducko was removed from the group chat. The group chat is still live, just without Sana, Nick, or Ducko involved in this point anymore. Not long after that, Ducko attacked Jur and GMs as before getting blocked. Screenshot there. Finally, I left one last message before I call it quits of the day, and I also noticed that Ducko edited his message rather saying nice things personally to put that there. Screenshot. You can read that because I'll read it. Oh, yeah, I can't open it. With that said, you should have heard the full story and needed screenshots just to back it up. For you to come up with your own conclusion, I can't really say either the party was full and right. But please stop minding the way we should originally wanted to stop associating with Sonimus, but he and his friends wouldn't have any other message me and when I was barely involved in the beginning compared to his friends and everyone else. Sonimus, Nick, Ducko, if you're reading this, I really shouldn't have done this at all. Writing this document or blocking you 3, I gave you warnings even though you told me not to drag any further to this. This will be my last warning. Please do not waste your time with this drama to slander my name or any more that you already have. And it should have ended when I send the last message, or better yet, at the beginning of this whole mess. I may have not completely been right, neither you are. If you can take the video down, please. I don't really care, to be frank. But try to move on, then everyone will appreciate that. Regardless, the best of luck in the future and farewell. Okay, there are many holes in this thing. Number 1, I was never the cause of this. It was confirmed by Ducko that Nick and Jur and Trey were setting me up the entire time. And the times where you said I gave them multiple warnings, I don't know where you're coming from that, because you never really gave us a warning. And the dragging you to the situation, we never really dragged you to the situation. It was just Jur who showed us a screenshot of how Ducko was being a moron for defending Sana. Well, me. And Stellar is still on the fact that he hates me, even though he hasn't really talked to me about the situation. The tracing part and causing drama, well, not really all the time, but I only caused drama 3 times from my continuity. And there are many more things I want to say, but my storage wants to kill itself, and so there are many things wrong with this. This is pretty much falsely incorrect. Let me show the next document was made by my friend Nick. Comment to Stellar. I'm going to fix up your doc, and here is most of it. Damn it. Comment to Stellar. I'm going to fix up everything in your doc here, as most of it isn't clearly specific. Eventually, after some time and arguing in your stream in SRB2 server, at the time of being Backlash or taking it down, the result from Backlash from Sana. The closure of the group chat was announced, however, in private. The group chat was still being used, and Jur was trying to get his ownership back from Ducko. This was false. Yes, the group chat Jur planned to close it, but I saved it, which is true, from my own words. I told Jur not to give up on the podcast and members after re-inviting him. He was sad after he announced that he left the group chat. Because he left the group chat for a week, later Ducko brought Sana back, which was a real kick in the ass drama where it begun. Despite Sana being the real problem in the first place, in quotation marks, in the end they had no choice decided to give in. Sana was the problem, but Jur wanted his ownership back, so he made the deal. So he made a deal with Ducko as he had his ownership. Sana was brought back in the group chat. In exchange, Ducko gave ownership back to Jur. To be frank, I may admit that it sounded like an ask for insulting him, which wasn't necessary. Looking back, I wasn't impressed with Ducko at the time, and in mood nearly blind, defending Sana, making excuses for his actions. Well, he was. Ducko liked you back then, all in VC and all the podcast memers, and said you were the coolest. Actually, same with me. I thought Stellar was a nice guy and a pretty cool person I would want to meet one day. You were just being honest. This morning, as you were writing this, Nick plays, and not nitpick, it's plays. Not to nitpick, but it's plays. I also DM'd you because I felt really bad for Ducko. I had no idea what kind of person you are, but I wanted to solve the issues. I wasn't long before until they started trash talking me behind your back. this, I don't know why it's coming from the exact same person who just called Ducko a moron. I think we're still in the wrong. It wasn't long after the group chat had been started to trash talk me behind your back as the same group chat started to surround it, accusing me of manipulating Jur and changing his personality because he wanted to control and manipulate the group chat. It was the first interest, but it was just only interested to help him in the first place. I knew Jur was gonna send screenshots. He was gonna send. Dang it, I can't speak. I knew Jur was gonna send screenshots, but he doesn't have to play. But he does that shit plenty by helping us. You destroyed the group chat because you disliked me and Ducko and Sana. Man, did you even watch the video before writing this comment? Plus, you wouldn't listen. For some reason, if he's supposedly 21, that's bad. I definitely agree. Someone who's 21, even a teenager, would at least listen to the conversation. That's why Ducko was defending me. He was my friend. The drama never really affected him. He could have just really stepped away from it, but he defended me because he was my friend. He supported me and helped me in supporting me on what I was doing wrong. I'm pretty much a better person now because of Ducko. But here, continuing the story, I was upset to say the least and sent another Nick message before blocking one last time. Like you said earlier, you were trying to stop the drama, yet you unblocked me to continue the drama. Which doesn't make any fucking sense. Eventually, me and Jur decided to kick Ducko and Nick from the server for by the way they were acting towards you. I did nothing to be polite and kindly ask if you could reconsider for giving Ducko. Not after long, Ducko attacked Jur in his DMs before being blocked. It's funny how calm I was getting kicked out of the group chat, yet I thought that was the real issue. Same here with the drama with a couple days ago. I gave you warnings and told you not to drag me into this. This was my last warning. You continue the drama. We should have gave you warnings. Trying to move on. It's not that easy because then some dick comes after that destroys your relationships. It's difficult. Here are some screenshots. I was being nice to Stellar. Yes, he was. Everyone was nice to Stellar. We were all saying that how much of a cool guy he is, how he's like the adult friend of Jer, but this is how we see Stellar now? Like, no. Stellar dragged Jer into this drama for no reason, that's true. Jer had nothing to do with this drama. Nobody mentioned Jer's name. Stellar just sent the entire thing and dragged Jer into this. Jer has never been, that's true, he has never been this ignorant before. I have never seen Jer just believe a person just because they were trying to be nice. Like, Jur is just acting like we're the worst people to ever exist. Ever. I don't understand Jur. Like, there's this recent tweet that he said, "Oh, Stellar is right." Is rather he's acting manipulated or he's just stupid at this point. Cause last time I checked, Jur was not that dumb. I just want things to be normal again. I never laid in contact with the rest, even most of the podcasts and memers. Amelia said things to talk about Stellar, but he deserved it. I never meant he was that mean in DMs, and he lashed at me. We got kicked because Stellar wanted us. Even though he isn't a podcasting memer. I got kicked because I was tired of making things up with Stellar and Ducko. I don't see much harm. If you're reading this, I only trash talk you because you were not listening. That's literally the entire reason why we were trash talking you in quotation marks, cause you didn't listen. You just couldn't listen. I don't know how you can defend yourself. The only person that can defend yourself now is just Jur. Both of you, you're completely outnumbered. But I only trash talk you because you were not listening. If you had at least said, I might forgive him, I would have left you alone. Jur, if you're reading this, please, I want things to go back to normal. What did I do to deserve a kick and another friend defending my friend? Alright, we have a lot of things to uncover. But let's talk about Stellar before we move on to Jur. Alright, Stellar made a dick move. We were trying to be nice to him at the beginning, but he just didn't listen and still called us a bad person. It may sound like we're crazy just because we're mad, but Stellar has done this before with me. He just says, "Oh, I'm a bad person because I have a rocky history." The main problem is that Stellar didn't listen. Stellar didn't want to comprehend, try to understand our point of view like any adult would do. Any adult, from what I've known, will just consider and try to listen to other people and try to see their point of view and make it up. But Stellar just really just shows that he's not an adult at all, or mentally is. He could be a 21-year-old, but mentally 5 at this rate. Jur being the only person to defend Stellar, and Stellar treating us like we're the bad guys, is just honestly ridiculous. It sounds like Stellar wants to break the podcast and memers apart. And that's saying stuff because Ducko was trying to be nice to him at the beginning. He wanted to be cool. We were all supporting Stellar and Stardust. But, we used to support you. Doesn't that say anything? And now this is what we get from someone that someone is just acting like a dickhead? I honestly do not know what to say, Stellar. I do not know what to say. Anyways, I'm gonna say things with Jur before I end this video. Alright, Jur, this has to be the worst out of you. Like, this is the worst presentation of you of all time. The entire podcast in Mirror's history. This goes down in history to be the most ignorant thing we have seen all year. Jur, how can you just do this to us? How? You were dragged to this conversation, this drama, yet it's our fault. We were trying to be nice to Stellar, yet we quote-unquote bothered him. How is being nice and try to consider something and try to make things up consider as bothering someone? Keep in mind that we don't know anything about Stellar, but thinking he was a cool guy and someone that we kind of look up to. We barely knew who he was. But yet, Jur just acted like he was a podcasting memer before and we should all know who he is just because he's 21 years old. Just because he got a high school diploma And he mentioned multiple times that he said, oh, he's smarter than all of us. He's 21. He's right. This is the level of ignorance I've never seen touched on Jur. I don't know, but he's acting like we're we're the worst people to ever exist. He doesn't want to see us again. I don't know what we did. I honestly don't know what we did. I can admit doing things in the past that were wrong, but I never dragged well, not really anyone. I just told them what happened. That's kind of dragging. Yeah, I can admit dragging people to drama and stuff, but it's not like a constant thing. I only drag someone to drama like once, which was the SRB2 server. And that's it from all I know. Jer, if you're watching this, I'm worried for you. I'm really, really, really am. I don't know how to end this video, but I actually told my gym coach, and Stellar, if you're watching this video, you're weird for hanging out with children. That's what my coach told me to tell you. Anyways, I don't know what else to say. It's Sonimus 47. In peace.